So, good evening guys and gals, welcome to Otl R10 Ahbu Dhabi. I am joined, as always, with Jensen, who is here somewhere. Are you
Hello.
here to chat to young Jensen? So, we will start off our normal Monday evening with a hot lap of the circuit. Tonight we go to Abu Dhabi, 5.5 kilometres on the left, 3.4 miles. And we will get in, and Jensen will get us through a hot lap.
Hopefully, not bottle a hot lap, yeah. But yeah.
So before we go, some facts about the Abu Dhabi circuit. Where will we start? So the first ever circuit in F1's history to be accumulated to over $1 billion. It was the first ever night race. It's actually built upon reclaimed land. And also, some that people may not know, this track is more British than anybody understands, because every bit of asphalt or aggregate laid round the track is from Baston Hill Quarry in Shropshire, England. So, although it is a foreign track, the guys race on British tarmac. Qualifying is probably pretty important here, although there is definitely overtaking opportunities. Qualifying and being on pole is definitely a big advantage. You have a tricky dynamic at Abu Dhabi because you've got Sector 3 is very technical, Sectors 1 and 2 are very fast. So striking a balance of straight line speed and downforce is always a tricky call. And then tyre choice. Had tyres at these older, these style of circuits tend not to be the tyre of choice. So I think we'll see primarily soft and medium tyres used this evening. But that doesn't mean that somebody won't try the hard compound. It just doesn't hold lap time very well. So as Jensen goes in his outlap, we'll jump on board. We'll get a track map up and some sector splits. So, I hope you've all heard my fun fact about Abu Dhabi being more British than probably some British circuits. I'm still in the lobby, Chris. I am confused, Mikey. Are you not in the lobby? Not this, so we're just, Mikey, or we do a hot lap first, mate. So we do a hot lap in our own lobby, so Jensen's just doing his outlap. We will take the guys through a hot lap of the circuit, and then we will jump into the lobby to get you into qualifying. So that's just kind of pre-show of a fast lap before we get going. So I see Jensen coming into probably the trickiest section of the circuit. You got a double right-hander into the trickiest braking zone probably in the calendar. Very easy to lock inside tyres there. And sweep the car left, right into the left. Curbs also can upset the car quite dramatically, but you'll see as we go. So through the second to last corner he goes. He'll enter the last corner nice and gently, pick up the throttle nice, fourth gear, out the corner hard. Up to turn 1. Braking around the 70 metre mark, take the apex, use as much of the exit curb as you possibly dare, stay wide, open up this next left hander, stay tight into the curb, should be totally flat on the right setup there. Down a very late braking zone here, you can brake about 80 metres, take a big chunk of that inside curb, and a big chunk of the inside the curb again, let the car drift wide to open up the hairpin as much as you possibly dare. Second, short shift to third gear, get the power down up to the biggest DRS zone of the circuit. Down into the biggest braking zone of the circuit. So, you'll spot his braking for about 100 metres, pick up the apex, take a slightly tighter line in to open up this exit, get squeezed on the power, DRS wide open, and up into sector 3 he comes. So the most technical, very easy to invalidate laps right here. You want to be easy but straddle as much of the second curb as you possibly dare. Careful as you go to that outside curb, if you step the car over the curb, there's a big banking and it will just suck the car into the wall. Into the tricky braking zone, uses as much of the outside curb as he possibly dares to open up the entrance of the corner, nicely through the third to last, right out to the barrier, spot your braking about 40 metres, just stab at the brakes, flick the car in. You will pick up an invalidation there, so there we will see that's one place you can pick up an invalidation. Let the car drift wide and clocks in a 1:34.0 with a little spin. So, we will get in. I have an invitation. We will get in with some minutes to spare to chat, which is good, Jensen. So, we jump in. And so, can Glock be stopped? I think that's the question on most drivers' heads and minds. Nelly gave it a good go last week. A very, very good go. We've got Jelly as well. I'm going to call him 10-inch Jelly this evening.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully the limited screen space will not hamper him too much.
I do not know how he's going to manage to race.
And
that,
I wonder
honest.
if Misano is here this evening. And yes, here we go. So TGG Mishiro is here, Jensen, and this is a driver they thought that we didn't get to see last week that could really take a fight to Glock.
Yeah,
other than Nelly.
You tend to use less of the curb in Singapore as well. And now we're on street, I think he would definitely be one to watch in that.
Nelly obviously took back over P2 in the championship.
Yeah,
but Sophie is very much in that hunt.
Yeah, it's 59 points between Glock and Nelly, I'm pretty sure. 7 wins in a row for Glock, 7 fastest laps, I think 7 pole positions, all in a row. He's just smashed out of the park these last 7.
He's becoming a very hard to catch driver for sure.
Yeah.
But kudos to him. It's not easy going that quickly. And there is definitely a lot of skill involved to get that pace extracted from the car.
It'll be interesting what Mike does as well, because this is his first race in OTL.
Stepping in for a reserve, a guy, a lad that we know holds good pace. So he could definitely be a fray in the works for some guys. Matoman as well, I think, showed some really strong pace in OTL. So definitely one to keep an eye on.
SPW as well.
Gingerbush, so we've got some guys, I think. Do we have everybody?
We have 16 drivers, but yeah, carry on. These guys, like you said, Otl Doofy as well, Gingerbush. Gingerbush, we haven't seen much of Gingerbush this season. He hasn't done many races, but like he got a podium in Monaco, and I think that was the first race the season. So he's one that stays out of trouble. And same with Adam as well, for Doofy. He got 4th in Mexico, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
And that showed how he could be one to watch if everyone else gets in the mix. But yeah.
And then obviously, if you tuned in last week, you see how quickly a race can be so open to the last 8 laps being utterly electric because a safety car was pulled.
And
that
was big.
Yes. With time penalties as well, we've seen how quickly that can shape the grid up coming to the line. So,
and that was, the finish from that race as well was just incredible.
Yeah.
Like Glock almost threw it away there. Nelly almost done him on the line.
6/1000ths of a second, if I'm correct, was the gap.
600ths, I think.
On the line.
Yeah, it was probably the closest finish I've ever seen.
So it'll be interesting to see tonight, Jensen, the guys that picked up a lot of penalties last week, will they trade off some speed for consistency? Or will they just hope that they will maintain speed and hopefully start to get on top or stay within track limits? Because Abu Dhabi can be a killer.
It is the second race with strict track limits. I think people are getting more just into that, so we'll probably see slower laps coming in. But it could be interesting because the top guys, like I know Glock was almost getting a penalty in Mexico as well, so.
So wait, the lobby's launching, but see Parsley was wanting in, so I'm hoping that they don't launch it before he gets.
If we do launch before he gets, should be able to get into a car, but yeah.
So hopefully they see that. 1 second, Jensen. I just had to take a jumper off, I was very warm.
Oh! I managed to cancel it before. So
I think they caught it just in time.
Yeah.
To get C Parsley in the lobby. And this is Cindy. Well done, they drivers. Whoever it was there that managed to get the timer depleted and stopped with 5 seconds to go, kudos to them. Very well noticed. So hopefully we get C Parsley in, 17 strong in the grid, so good numbers as OTL is on a weekly basis. And we will get some track action underway. Oh. So let me just see exactly if he's coming in or not. So yeah, I think he's just delaying the lobby now, so I don't know what the call will be on the guys. Ah, right, so I have just had a firm that he is en route. So he is coming. So no Lee Nell this evening. No Ryan Cut. Is there any McLaren boys in actually? So Mikey and Maggie, no, taking both McLaren seats.
That might be a sign that Ryan Cut and yeah, both McLaren guys not racing. Looks like maybe. But
Ryan Cut, Green Meerkat, Lee and Mitch as our four unable to make it this evening.
Oh yeah, I think Green Meerkat took the McLaren seat, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he went over to McLaren. He went from Williams and he's gone into McLaren now. So Green Meerkat and Ryan Cut not making it tonight, I think. C Paz is in the lobby, so
should be us now. Good to go.
Yeah. Hopefully.
So we should see some ticks appear in the lobby. There they go. There we go. So 80-minute qualifying as always, the same old rules. Strict corner cutting. Will we see some guys go for the medium? I think starting the medium tyre here is not a big advantage as some other circuits. Would you agree, Jensen? You can definitely get away with starting on the softs here quite comfortably. The strategy still works pretty well.
I mean, it's not really a decent track to go for a pit stop though. The pit lane is quite a weird one because you're coming out of the pits, you're coming through the tunnel. On the hill.
Yes.
Which is quite scary for the drivers, I bet, but they'll have to try and get those brakes warmed up coming out. But yeah, just hinting what you have to watch out for.
I have nearly done it myself. I have nearly stuck my car straight in the wall coming through that tunnel, so it is very easily done.
Yeah, I've had a few near misses there as well in the past. So.
On full damage as well, it doesn't take a big hit just to knock an end plate off. And in the high speed corners, some of the high speed corners that Abu Dhabi's got, you do not want to be losing downforce.
Yeah, so it should be dry anyway because it's Abu Dhabi.
In the desert.
Well, it has rained in real life at Abu Dhabi. It had like spitting some rain down prior to 2015 race, but that's the only wet weather I've ever seen at Abu Dhabi.
So Officer Duffy straight on the medium tyre, right out the rip. He's feeling quite confident going into tonight. Talking to him throughout the day, building. Yeah. His pace has been building steadily through the day, so hopefully that's built to a point where he can go do some damage. First man on circuit as well, so he means business. It's not often you see Officer Duffy out first.
Yeah, Mike also coming out. I think he's the second car out on track.
So Mike out on the softs.
No. Is that the racing point teammate SPW? Yeah, and Mike will be the third car out on track, but there you go. Softs for Mike and... Yeah. No,
so,
medium softs to do.
I just need to send a spin invitation to Mr. SPW. He asked for one. So guys, if you're tuned in, please, sorry Jensen, sorry to cut over. Please smash the like button on the stream. If you haven't already subbed, we're slowly chasing down 100 subscribers, so that would be a good margin to get to. We're slowly picking up.
Yeah, I think that would be our goal at the end of 2020.
Yes, to try and get 100 subs, that would be epic, for sure.
Very achievable target. I see that as getting quite a big viewer base as well. Every race as we go along, it's getting bigger every time.
Nelly just heard me calling Jelly 10-inch Jelly, so there's a funny story behind that. Nelly. Jelly's actually racing on a 10-inch TV, so that's why I'm calling him 10-inch Jelly for the evening.
Yeah, it's not the way you think it's.
I know, get your head out the gutter, Nelly. Mad G says, should be fun at the back. I don't think so, Mad G. I think you have had some very, very strong qualifying performances, so do not let yourself down as Adam lights up purple sector 1.
Yeah, Mike coming through in sector 1 as well, and Mercedes just following closely to SPW. 17-1 for SPW, 17-0 for Mike. Tiny lock-ups from both drivers, I think, coming into the chicane. As Adam coming into a very heavy braking zone. Have the longest straight on this truck. It's a very... Oh, it's the yellow flag.
And still bearing that yellow and black helmet for the child that sadly lost his life to Dip G. A horrible disease. I think Adam's actually going to tribute him for the rest of the season, which is a very caring and noble thing to do. No invalidation there, so he really abused the curbs and got away with it, so he's starting to find where that shows that Adam's been spending time at the circuit today. He's found his comfortable spot, and now he's really trying to push track limits to get the lap time that he feels he can get. Oh, he had to open his steering a little bit there. He maybe just turned in a little too early for that initial apex.
Yeah, he's very close to the track limits there. He's coming through. It is a very nice middle sector, actually. He's on a very nice lap. Adam
so this is going to be somewhere in the 34s?
Oh, not 33. It's a decent lap, though. That's a very impressive time by Adam. And
so the medium working. We'll see Mike as he comes through the last corner. I've just jumped on board.
He's backed off the energy deployment and he's getting right back on it at 35.2, but I think he's going for another run.
SPW done a 35.6 on his medium, so Adam's sorry, SPW done a 35.6 on his soft, so Adam's medium lap looking pretty strong. We have a McLaren, is this, I think it may be Mad G in his fast lap coming up to the last corner, so we'll go on board with him. He's on the medium tyre as well, he's going to be somewhere in the 35s as well, 35.9.
35.9. Not bad. Yusuf also coming up, he's matching Mad G in the middle sector, so I think he might be really close.
Oh, and he's had a big moment. Oh, he's managed to not retire the car.
Yeah. Driver's lucky he's not going to track Matcha Man off.
34.8 on the medium. Yikes.
Wow. Good lap from him.
Right, where is he? It's National Glock Day, so where is he at?
Fried Pepper,
coming through.
Great time.
Last sector is Glock, so we'll see where he's on his medium compound tyre as well here, Jensen. So Oh,
Bashiro,
Glock's going to be in the
34,
33s here. I think Glock's going to be in the 33s.
Yeah,
33-7.
Really
Jeez.
maxed those tyres out. That was a brilliant effort from Glock there. Bashiro also 34-1. They're putting the times up now. I think these two will be close. Bashiro really had some good race pace in Singapore, so depends how the pace varies. And Bashiro going for another run on the mediums. Yeah, I think they do think about these.
A lot of traffic in that back straight as well, Jason. I don't know if you can see that on the map, but there is about 9 cars in that back straight, all trying to sight fast lap. So I'm hoping that guys are staying well out the way and guys are able to come down that racing line with ease.
And Binelli coming through the middle sector. It's not a bad middle sector from him. A 57.3. I think he's matching Pepper in the middle sector. So he might put himself up there in the top 5 on those medium tyres. There's yellow flag. I think it's just everyone slowing down in that final sector. It's jam-packed that. Anyways, Nelly's about to finish his laps, and I think Special Energy is starting his lap. But here comes Nelly. Bit of oversteer out the corner, but he's going to come around the final corner. He's not going to go too wide. He gets 34.6. He really puts his car up there. Yeah,
Mike on a soft second lap as well. I think Mike's up as he comes into the... Look how busy that last sector is, Jensen. Oh my god, there is cars everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know if Mike's going to be able to complete his lap, and he's got invalid there. He's rated as well right at the end of that lap.
So Mishiro has went again and he's now 1/10 up through sector 1 and goes purple, so...
I think Mike's on a heavy fuel load here. I think he's just getting a few... He's trying to get designed for a few race laps, some tyres. Maybe. I might
could be spot on, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you could be right.
Jelly is got a 17.0 in sector 1 of those mediums.
Oh, Machiro nearly drops the car, so that's going to be his lap time let go.
And so Jelly, of course.
10-inch Jelly in the back straight.
Yeah, 10-inch Jelly. Of course, on the 10-inch TV. I don't know how he's driving with that at the moment, but.
And he's driving well.
Yeah. Yeah, 17.0 sector 1. He's coming through sector 2, he might get a tiny bit of a toe off the Red Bull. I think that's Gingerbush. No, it's Nelly, and he's a 57.3. I think he's matching Nelly on pace through the middle sector. And Dr. Special Energy just goes up into P12, 36.0. And Jelly coming through the triple right-hander.
Looking nice and steady in sector 3, let the car run wide.
Yeah. Very difficult corner this, easy to go wide, easy to not take it very well, and a bit of oversteer. 35.0. He's still going around. That's crazy.
So the running order as it stands after one run done by most is Glock P1, Mashiro P2, Nelly 3, Madman 4, Mikey 5, Jelly 6, Pepper 7, Doofy 8, Mikey 9 and Sophie rounding out the top 10, FPW P11, Mad G P12, Passley P13, Special Energy P14, Gingerbush 15 and Yusuf and Surge still to bank lap times on the board. Oh, yeah. Mashiro's steering wheel has came loose. So that is entirely unfortunate, and hopefully that's a sign that he can still take it. And so Mashiro, I think, Glock is out on the soft, so he is going for pole. Mashiro has a soft tyre on as well. So do you think Nelly tries to go faster in the medium and just try to commit to start on that tyre just to do something different?
Maybe. I mean, like, he doesn't have much to lose here. He's in P2. Glock's the one with everything to lose. You know,
that's it.
Massive gap. He's got up really, and now he's picked the stock tyres in the pits, so he might come out on those. my thing though, if he has to improve that time on a new set of softs or mediums, or
Which I think he can.
But yeah, it's easy to invalidate around here, just remember that. And if he doesn't manage to improve that time,
yeah, starting on that tyre is going to be horrendous.
That would probably ruin his races. He's in the pits. And he has 7 minutes, so I think he has time for 1 or 2 runs.
Nelly says he'll happily stay in the gutter. Is it actually a 10-inch telly? Seems like they're playing on an iPad. Well, as far as we're aware, it's a 10-inch TV. I did look and you can get them, so there you go. I didn't realise you could get a telly. I mean, my phone's like 7 inches, so.
I measured my TV, and yeah, my iPad is basically the exact same size, 10 inches wide from one corner to the other. So yeah, I don't know how he's playing on that, to be honest. I wouldn't be able to read anything on that.
So Yusuf in the last sector, he is finally going to get a time banked if he can keep it nice and tidy on his soft tyre.
So a lot of soft running drivers now. Almost all the
Yusuf
top 10
launches himself into the top 10 with a 35-1, so his first lap he will get another.
Is that one of the racing points? I think that's Adam.
I think it was Duffy, yeah, I think it was just slowing.
So, 5 drivers in the pits at the moment. Mikey actually is 6 now. Mikey just came in the pits, SPW, Gingerbush, Motorman Mike and Jelly. Those lots just coming into the pits. Serge is about to finish a lap. It's looking like a good challenge and it's P3 on the soft tyres for Serge and he beats Maggi.
So that Maggi saying he's going to have fun at the back and he slotted himself right into P4 and not that the guy underestimates himself too much. He has got good pace in his car and he's a very capable driver, so
F1 Sophie 2 times
on
up.
you go, Maggi.
And it's a yellow flag. Oh, it's a lot of traffic at the start of sector 2.
Sophie's caught some traffic in Maggi in sector 3 as well.
I think it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Is Maggi about to improve his lap time? No, he backed out his, so I'll jump back to Sophie. She comes through the last couple of corners to the line. She's going to be in the 34s this time, 34.6, nearly a 1 second improvement up to P5.
Yeah, Nelly's about to come around the starter's lap. Mike has just come out on brand new soft tyres, so it looks like he's committing to the soft tyres here. I don't probably try to not risk going the medium, so you'll have to push them.
So Mike out on a new set of softs, as you thought he would.
And Pepper's already invalidated, and he's cutting the corner.
So where does Officer Duffy launch himself up? He looks really aggressive for the last couple of corners as he takes in the last corner. He's getting himself up inside this top 6 here. Duffy goes P2 and a 33.8. What a lap from Officer Duffy.
That is incredible by Otl Duffy there. Slots into P2 and under a tenth away from the abdominal Glock.
Albeit, remember, Glock done that 33.7 on a medium compound tyre.
But still though, a 33.8 though.
That is a strong lap for Adam. A very, very... What is the deficit between the two tyres here, Jensen? About 7 tenths?
It's 6 or 7 tenths, yeah, it's not too much. Adam could really be in the mix here for even the win, you know?
I think that lap time shows he's definitely a top 4 driver right now, and that is a cracker.
And he's still pushing again, he's pushing on another run. I don't think he's 7 tenths down in sector 1, so I don't think he's going to. But I bet he's buzzing about that one. That's P2 on the grid at the moment, and that'll be something interesting to see.
So he needs to stop pushing, because if he doesn't improve that on his last run, unless he's going to go for a last run, and Adam feels... So in fact, this tells me Adam feels like he's got more time in the car. He is pushing that car so hard because he wants into the pits and back out in another tyre.
He doesn't have to use so much of it though, he's still got 3 minutes. Nelly went up to P3 on the soft tyres. and he was 200ths away from Adam, so Adam's got some really good pace around this track.
Oh, there's me flinging my phone away.
And Mike's on his lap as well. He's coming into the fast little chicane here, locking his front left, using as much brakes as possible. Very careful exit out there, and he's keeping as tight as line as possible. Mike could really challenge for the pole position here if he gets this right. He has a 56.9 through sector 2, 6 tenths up on his time. He might contend with pole here, might be with Adam, or he might just be blocked, but we'll see. He's coming through the final sector.
Small inside lockup, but definitely will get away with that one.
Yeah, he's really pushing.
Oh, and he snatches a big rip oversteer there, but managed to keep the car in check.
As long as he gets a lap, he'll be happy. He just wants to get a lap to get off those tyres that he did those runs on. A bit wide into the final corner, a bit of a lock-up, but he's going to cross the line into a 34.4. It's not, probably not what he wanted there. Mike definitely wanted to be up there in the mix, the top 3, but that was a bit unfortunate there in the final sector. And F1's Sophie out of the session. I think she was tied in the pits.
Good evening, Mitch. It's good to see you on stream. Shame we can't see you on circuit, but I hope all is well.
And Nelly.
Young man, so guys, happy on the lap time. They obviously feel, well, I guess they're not going to get back out for another lap.
So everyone out on track at the moment.
We maybe need to look at that. Mishiro taking a big chunk of track there to gain a lot of time to try and get his outlap done, which is something we don't really like to see. I don't really like to see drivers taking risk on track limits to get a fast lap. It's not fair and it's not right. If you can't do your outlap in the circuit, you shouldn't get the fast lap on the board.
Yeah, question is though, is Glock going to go for a soft run completely? Like, he's got a safe medium time for pole position at the moment. I know Mishiro could possibly beat him, but he's only at risk of losing one position, I think, from other people. And Mishiro is probably getting his cuts going.
Oh, and Serge picks up an invalidation. Oh, he just straddled the curb a little too much. It was really strange as well, because the game let him away, then just took the lap off him. And that's kind of like he didn't really move over the line any more than he was initially. So,
Glock coming into turn 1, he's starting his lap on the side as well.
That was a very good lap on him.
Yeah, Adam, his qualifying is done, but I'm very sure he'll be happy with that P2 at the moment. There comes Mishiro and got the pole position battle, and Mishiro had a definitely.
And look at this, Mad G right in the back of Glock. He's going to get a beautiful toe down this back straight. He's just at a nice distance that should gain him a tenth or two.
Shouldn't catch up to him too much, and the toe is a very weird one on this game, but he should pick up a few hundredths of a second from that, at least. And he's going to get another one as well down this straight.
And he was really good across the curb to gain as much time as he possibly dared there, so here's the man to watch.
Mad G. Glock's not getting away from it.
SPW takes pole so far. 33.6 provisional pole for SPW, so is Glock going to bank it, or is he going to say, no, you know what, I'm going to start in the medium tyre, they can have their pole, because I'm going to take the advantage on tyre.
He's on for 32 here. If Glock gets his final sector right, it's going to be a grand lap for him. And Mishiro's identical middle sectors from him and Glock. It's going to be a two-way battle for this one.
So Glock is going to bank the lap. He is going to get himself up there.
Glock takes
32.7. Mad G gets himself up to P5, so if Mishiro does anything wrong here, he's going to lose some time as he comes up to the last corner now. Can he get himself up in that mix?
Is looking nice.
Is he going to go at the front row? Is he going to challenge Brock?
Oh, no.
33.3 goes P2.
That was very unfortunate there.
So that is our session, actually.
Glock 6 tenths quicker in the final sector. That is incredible.
So Glock P1, no surprise.
Yeah,
Mashiro P2.
In a row from
couple of shocks in the session. SPW Gaming and Officer Doofy, two absolute stonker laps to get himself in that second row of the grid. Then Infinitely Mad G in the third row. Mad G saying, I'm going to have fun at the back. Not so fun now. You're in the thick of it, boy, and you go and get yourself a race out it. Yes, Maggie, you should be. Mike didn't want to be at the front, so Mike is looking to play a mid-pack game. It's a little sandbag. So interesting to see where he gets himself. He's maybe looking to...
He's looking for an undercut, really.
Yes.
I bet he'd be looking for something like that. Because if you start at the front, it's what you do that shapes the rest of the field, really.
So, Glock P1, Machiro 2, SPW 3, Officer 254, Nelly 5, Maggie 6, Pepper 7, Mike 8, Surge 9, Sophie rounding out the top 10, you know, Yusuf 11, Matoman 12, Gingerbush 13, Jelly 14, Mikey 15, Special Energy 16, and C Passley P17. Mikey was blocked in his fastest lap. Oh, we did think, watching from the outside, Mikey, the track looked very busy at times. Some really busy sectors. So
yeah, it's unfortunate for him as well.
Very unfortunate,
he
yes.
Definitely would have been up there. Like, we've seen him in HOR, he's had some really good late qualifying results. And he's tend to be up there with everyone. So he's no slack. So he might be able to come back in a race here, manage to fight through the field. It's going to be interesting. Gingerbush, he's going to be having those low downforce setups, I reckon. And there'll be an obstacle that people struggle to overcome. And I think Chris is making a drink.
You're absolutely spot on. I just thought, rather than going away and leaving the chat silent, I will just nip into the kitchen, quickly flick the kettle on, get myself.
It's a no-brainer.
Oh, so Maggie actually had to, he was on a lap, but had to he was pushing up, but had to back out it because he was catching Glock. Which is not something I think Maggie would ever thought he would think.
I mean, he was catching Glock though.
And I think it was just a knockback effect from that scenario that got Mikey blocked.
If you saw them at the start of the lap, Mad G was on par with Glock coming into the final sector. He could have gone for that. Really, I'd say he would have been P2, P3, even ahead. I know, even ahead of Mashiro as well, which is quite. And Nelly says, Chris and Jinx, what are your preferred strategies around here?
So,
yeah,
it's an interesting one. 1 and 2 stuff both work, really. Would you agree, Jensen? They both work pretty well.
Yeah, it's a very risky business if you're going for that one stop, because, like, you have softer or mediums even possible here, but you have to really extend the tyres out, and it's not a very nice track when it comes to deg.
No.
It's quite easy to wear those tyres down to the core.
I think if you're wanting a safe strat, 2-stop is the way to go for safeness.
And when you're on old tyres, you're going to be getting temperature much easier. And when you get too much temperature, you're going to end up spinning on the fast corners. It's going to be interesting. You either drive carefully on a 1-stop or you drive to the absolute max on a 2-stop.
Yes, that is pretty much, yeah. 2 choices. Either way, they probably even themselves out. The only thing is, it's probably easy to be more aggressive on the 2-stop. But then the 1-stop maybe refrains some of the other guys because they're just reined in a bit to try and preserve the tyre, maybe reins in the penalties. So there's a trade-off there that you've got to think about as well. The 1-stop, I'm going to be a little more collective. I'm not going to drive just as hard, so it might keep me away from warnings, corner cuts, penalties. But pushing hard and being aggressive, you could pick up penalties.
Chris,
yes.
Don't mind me, I'm quickly getting a drink.
Carry on, sir.
2.5 minutes left, I think.
Carry on, sir. So guys, please, if you haven't already, sub to the channel. Hit the like button. Please. I will ask very nicely. Please, 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 please. Admin decision, it's Adam's birthday tomorrow, so no overtaking. Oh. Oh. That is interesting, to say the least. 2 tenths in the final sector. Mad, do you think he lost? Yeah, yes, Nelly. So letting the deg go deep is a risky business. Very, very risky. The guys on no traction would probably want to avoid a one-stop, apart from Glock, because, yeah, well, the guy's just inhuman, so. If you're first, Adam, I definitely won't overtake you. But if you're not first, what Nelly's saying is you're getting it. So welcome, welcome. We have a couple of minutes left. I will put him on a wall. Happy birthday, Adam. There's some Armco barrier. That's mean. You could just do a Ferrari and lay a nice gift under his car for the end of the race. Some say Glock is inhuman, and right, others say that he gets his speed from pig's feet. All we know is he needs a drug test. I'm sorry, I'll never do it like that again, right? I do apologise. I just digged the Glock. So, form lap. Nelly says good luck, so there you go, 2 stops, soft, medium. Or soft, medium. Lap 8 for the one, the soft, and about lap 7 for the soft, medium.
Yep. So, looking at the outside of the top 10, all medium tyres then, that's very interesting there. So, they are all looking like they're going to try and one-stop it, either hards or softs. The other play it safe, go maximum pace, or of course.
I think it's your lights out this evening, Jensen, isn't it?
I think so.
I think it is.
Yeah, I guess. But anyways.
Turn 1, 2 and 3 Abu Dhabi can sometimes be carnage, so hopefully the guys just get through that nice and clean. I think once you're onto that big back straight, the pack naturally single files, and then from there you can start to pick your lap times and push on if you feel you can push on, or defend if you feel you need to defend.
So
Glock and Machiro up front. We have not seen these two guys start side by side yet, so it'll be interesting to see if Machiro can get himself in front of Glock. He can control the race. But we know Glock is not shy about getting an overtake done. So, if Machiro gets in front, he's probably going to have to break DRS pretty quickly to make it as hard as possible for Glock to come back at him. If you don't break the DRS, especially with the main DRS straight, if somebody's close to you out the hairpin, it's a pretty simple pass. And for good measure, they get a second blast. Is it no, it's a single detection zone here, isn't it, Jensen? No, it's a double. It's a double detection zone.
Yeah.
So if you get the overtake done in the back straight, you actually give the DRS to the driver you've just overtaken for the next straight. So there's an interesting dynamic at Abu Dhabi that can allow somebody to get through and then somebody gets them straight back, especially if the guy makes the move down into the big braking zone hairpin, because they're way offline. So we'll leave it with Jensen for the start. Glock's car uncannily pointing straight at the wall. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think everyone's corrected now. Thank you, Chris. But yeah, of course, everyone on the grid now. 17 drivers. Lights are slowly going out. We've got the camera angle for it, and I think we're going now. And away we go. Machira's got a very, very limited start. He's pointing. Oh no, I think that was SVW pointing SVW into barriers there. A few guys side by side coming through into turn 3, and I think everyone's getting through cleanly. They're side by side still right at the back there. People trying to make moves here.
Surge there just went very deep in the brakes. That's going to allow Fry Pepper to come through. He's going to get touched a little bit wide. I think Pepper gets himself up into P7.
A 5-second penalty for F1 to be gaining a place. So that's a very weird one, but as everyone comes down the straight,
so look at this pack here,
and look at SVW make a absolute last second move. and I think he's just forced Mashiro off the road there. And
Officer Duffy's now going to go through, so he goes into P2.
Wow. And Matt G's up to P4, what a great start from him as well.
So is Mashiro going to send one here? He is, he's going to try and go into, he goes for a double overtakes. A small wheel bang, I think he's got himself out of that. SPW gets a 3-second warning, but that one could maybe be removed because he got himself punched off the circuit there by Mashiro.
And look at Jelly as well, Jelly up to P8, Mataman P7 is a yellow flag, and it's Ginger Bush, he's been spun round I think. And has he got damage? No, he doesn't. As they continue, I think Yusuf might have collided with him, but Glock's now got a gap because of all the fighting behind. Mashiro did not want that. SPW went for a daring move down the inside at the end of the straight, and that just ended up in carnage. And there's been another incident. There's 3 cars crashed, I think. At C-Pansy and Mikey, they both crashed, and I think C-Pansy is left as Mikey comes into the pits, I think, with damage, and
so that is unfortunate, but safety car is very much still in the play, so a race to come of it. Starting to get into the C. Pasley has lagged out the session, I think there he's actually joined back. So I'm wondering if there's been a connection issue there, and that's what's caused the problem. So Officer Duffy is now broke free.
Decent gap.
He is gone.
A very decent gap over him. And
Mashiro goes down the inside there, but SPW is going to try and get the switch back. He's going to have the better drive up this next straight, and he gets the car out the corner better. He's going to get the DRS as well for good measure, so I think that's going to be a...
not letting back. Look at Mashiro, he's de-rating already on his ERS, and SPW, he's going to hang around the outside. Mashiro is literally... This is a very... SPW forced off the track there, I think.
So he
might have to give that place there.
I don't know if the game will be telling him to give up the position, but yeah, I get SPW. He's hit the rear of SPW.
And a 5-second penalty
for getting a position. SPW. So yep, he definitely was told by the game to give that position up. Yeah, Mashiro says sorry there for touching him in the rear. So I don't think there's any love lost.
Yeah, this is a very interesting one. This is letting Adam get right ahead. Mike has not had a decent start. He's been caught up in the mid-pack here. He's in between F1 and Surge. And it's going to be interesting. Mike and Surge, they're going to have a battle now. Remnants of the past coming back to them. And Surge might have a move here. I think Mike's struggling a lot here. Officer Doofy's got a
look at Nelly,
gap.
He's managed to get a jump on Mashiro. Mashiro's actually got wing damage, I've just noticed, so Mashiro's got some missing end plate as Nelly pulls into the line, so Nelly is looking to get himself through. I think he's going to get it.
And SPW, he's going to stick it, and I'll tell you what, SPW still keeps that. And look at Macho Man, he's on the outside, he's got fast. The guys, and Mashiro's down to 8. This is the worst possible start for Mashiro. He's down to P8.
Like a wing, the wing is cost. And look at Mashiro is absolutely destroyed every bit of his ERS to try and get moves done.
He's got end plate damage as well. That's even made it worse. And now he's up to P3. Officer Doofy, he's got a brilliant gap already. He just has to keep this car going. And there's only 4 seconds by Glock here at the moment. I know I'm saying only 4 seconds, but Glock had about a 2.5 second gap after lap 1, so
I think Officer Doofy, is he still pulling a gap? I think he is still pulling away. He's got straight line speed in the car.
Mashiro into the pits.
So he will take a new wing and a set of mediums, get some nice clean air. He'll get some nice clean air, and we know he's got good lap times in that car. So this will be one to watch. So C. Pasley, I think, did have connection issues, and that's what's caused maybe the incident at the start of that race. So Glock checks out, no surprise. Adam is slowly being reeled in, but the straight line speed in his car, he's very, very, very much quicker than Nelly in a straight line. by
And
about
Pepper's made a move.
6
Pepper's
miles
made a move
per hour.
too.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. And
So look
Mike's
at this
on the
train.
as well.
Pepper, Maggie, Mike, and then Sophie is still in the hunt. She's about to be overtaken. Sergeant pulls to the outside. He's going to try and get the move done here. He's going to have to be later on the brakes. Sophie's going to try and hold the inside line. Serge gives space. Sophie gives space too. There is as much space given as possible. Sophie picks up a time penalty there, but I think that's just part of racing through that section of circuit. But she retains the position.
So there's been quite a lot of penalties dished out. So Glock's already got 1 warning. 2 warnings by Adam on lap 2. 1 by Nelly. And SPW's already got a few penalties to his name. Matsman's had 2 warnings. Pepper 2 warnings. Maggi 2 warnings. Mike 1 warning. F1 Sophie 2 penalties. Serge no warnings. Dr. Special Energy with 1. Jelly with none. Gingerbush with none.
So out of our top 5, in regards to ERS management, Officer Doofy seems to be doing the best job. He's staying above 50%. Everybody else is kind of... Nelly, I guess, is floating in that bubble. SPW around the 30% mark. But SPW has been chased hard by Matoman, who's going to get DRS, and I think this is going to be an overtake move done.
Yeah.
But SPW, look at the straight line speed in the car. I'll jump back to that one as well as Mike goes through on the inside.
I think that's going to be a safe move for Mike there, but Maggi still have the DRS on the next straight. And Maggi's got more energy. Is Maggi going to use it? Yes, he is. Mike's derating, and here comes Maggi. He's coming right at him. And he's on the inside, there's very little space. But Mike's going to go around the outside.
Good racing between the two there, that was lovely.
Very smart by Mike there, forcing him onto the inside.
And there's Dr. Special Energy, pushed his way through on Surge there. So he now gets himself into the top 10.
So at the moment, Surge hasn't even got any warnings at the moment. Lap 6 is big improvement from Mexico. I bet he wants to get a good result here. Thinking of ahead of the race. Yeah, he's in P11, but at the moment he's going to be jumping a lot of people on the end of the race. So as we go on to lap 6 at the moment, Glock looks like he could go for a 2-stopper here at this rate, but is he going to go for that? Is he going to slim the tyres? Officer Doofy is keeping the gap between him and Nelly at the moment. It's a yellow flag, and it's Maggi. He's in the wall. Might have collided with someone. We might have spun around turn 3, and he's got end plate damage, and his tyres are very, very hot, and he's struggling to get on the power.
And that's the thing about turn 3 here. Once the deck starts to come in the car, if the setup is not quite right.
Sorry, Chris. But here comes Jelly. He's on the inside of Surge. On the medium tyres, he's on P11 at the moment. He's running very well, and they're still side by side coming through the chicane. These two
some
really
wheel banging,
scrapping hard. They're really scrapping hard here. They're both.
Jelly's hit. Nobody get DRS between them two, so somebody I think may have an issue there.
I think they both crossed the line too close together to make it, but Jelly is ahead of Surge there. I think the soft is starting to die off a bit, and his medium is starting to come into place. Mataman,
and look, Adams bridged that gap now to 2.4 seconds, so he's gained half a second somewhere in this lap.
He's not exactly lost much time to Glock this lap as well. I think he's only lost.
So SPW is coming in, he's gone for a big undercut here. Has he picked up some damage? I'm unsure.
So what
SPW is, I think, oh that's a good call actually. I think that will be a medium. Surge is choosing to get off his tyres as well. He's had enough of the softs. Tyre has no pace left in it. So Surge will start to do damage in the medium as well.
Oh, and SPW's lost up to Surge as well, because I think SPW had to serve a penalty in the pits.
Yeah, the 5-second penalty, yeah, that's correct.
That's cost him as well, because he had to wait for Surge to go by, but This is going to be a very interesting game.
Look at this, Sophie gaining on Mike, gaining a lot of ERS advantage. Mike pulls over. Is she going to send one down the inside? She is. She's going to lunge one. Mike gives her all the room she wants. He's going to go for the switchback. He's going to get the better drive. His DRS will pop open. Is he going to come fighting back? The straight line speed in Sophie's car. Yeesh.
She has 60% of ERS as well, so that's a big advantage. And if you keep it above that, you're going to be having that extra boost out of corners as well every time. You're not going to be derating. So, and look at Mike. Mike, is he looking for a second on the inside of the triple right-hander? He's not there. He's very close to one. As we go through until that 8 now, block extending again. Also Doopy in the pits.
Oh, so that's triggered a bit of action. Pepper's in too, and Mike.
Medium tyres is what Doopy.
So I think Doofy's going to be safe to SPW, but Surge is the question. Has Surge managed to go get in early and get the undercut?
I don't think he has. He'll be a few seconds behind him.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't think Surge...
He's not far behind. He's not far behind. He could really use the strategy to advantage him. Mataman in P3 as well. If he's on a one stop, and look how close he's got to Nelly as well. Look how close he is now.
So Officer Doofy will be happy with the fact he's come right out behind Mashiro. A nice, good pace driver, and he's in DRS range.
Mashiro's really come back from that. Very strong there. Has Mashiro. He's P9. At the moment, he's ahead of us. Officer Doofy, he was running P2, net P2, so he's way ahead of SPW, whereas probably where he wants to be, because he really was struggling when he was battling with him. And at the moment, we don't have much action on the track. Mataman, he's getting right at the back.
Mashiro coming to make a move on Yusuf. He's going to send one down the inside. Through he goes up into P8 now.
Look at Mataman's over the back and nearly these tyres are gone. Glock in the pits. It's just going to be a two-stopper Glock. And I think that is the medium tyre. Is that the medium tyre? Yes, it is. So I think that's a two-stop Glock. Mataman's the net race leader of this Grand Prix at the moment, unless Nelly could extend these tyres out for a one-stop.
So is Nelly going to try it? Is he going to try and push the one stop?
Oh no, Adam's got a penalty. He's got his first penalty of the race. He got 3 seconds for exceeding track limits, I think. So the drivers, TGG Mashiro, Officer Duffy, SPW, Mad G, Mikey, Surge, it looks like they've all lost, but remember, these guys have done their pit stop. So, Nelly, Matoman, Sophie, Special Energy, Gingerbush, all still to pit. So our running order, our net running order just now was Glock from Duffy, Glock from Mashiro from Duffy. But Mashiro is going to have to, if he's two-stopping, he needs to stretch one of his stints, because he took his medium tyre on lap 2. Yeah, and Mataman is now ahead. Mataman's now ahead of Nelly, and he takes the race lead. And that is the race lead for Mataman now. Even with Glock's pit stop, he has the net race lead this Grand Prix at the moment. So, props to Mataman from where do we even start? P12 on the grid.
So I think we'll see these guys now, Nelly jump in, and I think Sophie may box now as well. No box for Sophie.
So is Nelly going to go for a one-stop here? We have to see what tyres they bring out. Red Bull, it's hard tyres. So it is a one-stop for Nelly. He's going for this. This is very interesting by Nelly and...
Oh, that was weird.
Yeah, that was very weird. Mike gets a penalty.
Look at Jelly all over the back of Glock.
Yeah. And there's a yellow flag in sector 1. Is that? Oh, it's Mishiro. Mishiro's been spun around and he's got damage.
So I wonder who that was with.
That's a very interesting one. I didn't get to see much of that. I saw there was a yellow flag and I saw.
So Mike's actually got through an SBW as well now.
Yeah, Serge is on the back of his brother Nelly as well. This is interesting. Nelly, he's on the hard tyre. He's going to the end, it looks like, as well.
But the tyre is slow here. That is one thing.
Yeah.
The hard tyre is very, very much slower than both soft and medium.
Nelly getting the DRS as well on Pepper ahead.
So that's how Nelly could neutralise the deficit in the tyre. If he can stay in a DRS pocket and keep having the DRS on the straights, that strategy may just work.
Yeah, the more he gets stuck behind Nelly here, the more he's losing out to Adam, who is pulling that gap ahead of them, and he's catching up to Gingerbush, who's on old medium tyres. Mataman, the race leader, is in the pits, and he's no longer the race leader, he's on medium tyres again.
So would you say lap 11's pretty early? No, that's probably about right for a
two-stopper. Yeah, he should go to about lap 22, 23 onto the softs, and away he comes. And that's no longer a net race lead for Mataman, unfortunately, but he's doing well. And Ps4 he's disqualified
for blocking the pit lane.
I think he might have. Do you remember someone oversteered into the pits? I think it was Mikey at Spain in HUR, and that caused your crash, I think. That might have happened to Ps4. He tried reversing out of pits, maybe, I don't know.
I'm hoping there's nobody there.
But there's no other. I don't know how else that could have really happened, but it's a very weird incident. That's unfortunate for Ps4 as well.
Dr. Special Energy and Jelly Hayes now having a scrap. Sophie doing it very, very well in that medium compound tyre. Very well.
Soft tyre.
Hey, that's what I meant, yep.
Yeah. So,
got with the fastest lap, 36.2. So Sophie and Jelly in.
Yeah, they both extend the tyres.
So Dr. Special Energy keep going if he can. I mean, you would probably need to get these till about 18.
Oh, soft tyres for Jelly. This is a very interesting goal.
So is he going medium, soft, do you think?
And F1 Sophie had to serve a penalty as well in the pits.
Oh, so Jelly gets
she got one earlier
jump
on.
There. Gingerbush, will that get him through? I don't think so. Gingerbush picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
Do you think
there.
Sophie's going to try and extend those tyres to the end? Those medium tyres. And straight on the overtake as well. It's very risky on cold tyres. Just had a moment there in the corner. She got out of her head, Gingerbush. But at that moment, running order, Block, Dot Special Energy, Otl Doofy, Pepper, Nelly, Serge are top 6. With
looking at the gaps.
battling.
Looking at the gaps, Jensen, I think Officer Doofy could be under threat here from Nelly's one-stop strat as SBW pulls to the outside to go through and Mike.
Yeah, and look at Mataman as well, he's going to make a double move. Is he going to make this work? And
and Mike's trying to go for a switchback as well. He's going to I nearly swore there, it was that exciting. He's trying to fire up the inside and Mataman's trying to hang up the outside. Absolute superior racing between these two. And through the fast right-handers and Mataman's. What's happened there?
Oh, I think he went too tight. He went too tight, too much on the inside. I think he hit the barrier, and I think, is that damage from Mataman? I think it is. He's got massive front wing damage, and I think that's his stint over on those tyres, which only lasted one lap as well, which is unfortunate. Got Special Energy in the pits for soft tyres. So everyone now has made their stops.
So Adam has actually gained some time. He's half a second now better off than he was before. Before the first round of stops, he was about 2.3 ahead in P2, now 2.8. So he is doing the job he needs to do. But the thing I say is, Nelly's only 3.4 seconds behind him. Adam needs to pit again. If he doesn't get some time on the board, he's going to have about a 15-second deficit to Nelly to try and find.
Look at Nelly trying to make a move on Pepper on the inside. They're both colliding, I think, a slight bit. Nelly wants to get this move done. He's derated. Pepper
so
has
no else
60%.
left.
Pepper has so much energy, he didn't defend that at all. He did
Strange.
not defend that once.
And there's Surge now coming to join this fight. And SPW and Mike are still going at it.
And I think SPW just having to...
Oh, Mike has a big moment there. Good catch. Good car control from the young man right there.
This battle has been going on for too long. This is just crazy. These battles going on.
The two have been ding-donging for every single lap. So Pepper and Nelly, and Pepper is starting to use his energy. So
yeah,
I think, well, these two fight is happy days for Officer Duffy.
Yeah, Serge could jump into this battle as well. He could possibly pick up both of them. And that's probably what he wants to do on those tyres. He needs to use them while he can. And we are halfway into this race. Serge only one warning. And I think he is one of the only drivers with no penalties at the moment. So this could be big. If a safety car came out, that would be another big moment, just like Mexico.
So I think Pepper could make a move here, overtake on DRS Open. And yep, this is going to be an easy pass.
Note for later in the race. If Block pits again, he needs to make sure he has that gap to the guys, because he's got a penalty as well.
Good evening, Notches. Welcome, welcome. As Nelly goes back through Pepper. So another ding-dong battle.
Yeah, and Pepper looking at the insiders again as well. This battle is getting very spicy.
So Adam now over 3 seconds ahead, and Glock now almost a full pit stop clear.
Yeah, Gingerbush gets past Yusuf into the chicane, the second chicane after the DRS. So Matman's on the new softs, so I think he's going for another soft after that as well. At the moment, Glock got a 21-second lead at the moment, and as long as he extends it by another second or two, he should be fine when he goes on to the softs at the end, I think, or medium tyres, if he chooses that as well.
So I think as it stands, if Adam wants P2, he's going to have to take it off Nelly near the end of this race.
Yeah. He's looking good for a podium at the moment, Adam, because everyone else has to pit around him. So that's his advantage, but he's got to remember penalties. He's been careful this whole race. He's only got one penalty, but he's got to be careful for the remainder of this race, and he has to try and extend the stint.
Is SPW Mike Ding Dong yet again?
Oh, look at Jelly! Jelly getting a run on Mike. He's on the new soft tyres, and he could get them both here. And is this going to be a double overtake for Jelly? I think it is.
Yes, not just HOR races on Fridays and Saturdays.
And I'll tell you what, Jelly managed to get that move done. Jelly's through. Both past both of them. And
oh, and I think Mikey's going to get through. This is some place to go side-by-side action between the two. Oh, it's good catch there from SPW. Very, very good catch.
And there's been an incident. It's Yusuf in the chicane. I think he's just rejoined, and he's just ahead of Mataman. Mataman wanted to try and get back past. I'll tell you what, it's going to be another side-by-side coming into the...
Is he going to send on the brakes? Not this time.
That was the move
I know,
for the race
Lee, what's happening here? I know. Duffy in P2, it's very good qualifying, qualified P4.
Yeah,
Noxious, I think unfortunately we've spoken about this many times. I'm afraid, I think you were in with us before and the attitude did not suit our league style, unfortunately. And I've spent too many times, unfortunately, with drivers saying I am not like that no more, and I give them a second chance and they act the very same way. So unfortunately now, and in no offence to you, but I just don't take the risk. Supposed to give him some abuse, I know, Lee. The one night he wants something, he goes and does that. Yeah, I know. He's got a fight in his hand. He's net probably P3 as it stands. That's where he's sitting, because Envinelli's on the one stop on the harbour compound. So
I think he's getting caught up by these guys now. I think he's got to be wary of these guys. Nearly 1.6 seconds now. The gap's slowly closing. I think Nelly wants to try and get a DRS on Adam here.
So 1 second, Jensen. I need to Lou.
Yes, go Lou. And this is gonna be it's gonna be interesting. It'll turn into a four-way scrap for P2 this race, and we're getting close to the second round of pit stops. Nelly, he's on one stop. It looks like on 6 lap old hards. He's going to the end. It seems. Lock off the Duke and Surge all coming into the pits. Jelly catching up to this battle very quickly. Jelly could be a dark horse in this one. He could possibly flip them all without them knowing.
Noxious, I'm sorry mate, but I've had 10 to 20 drivers tell me they've changed and they just haven't. We've got such a good dynamic in HOR that I won't spoil the guys that come and have the right attitude week on week. I'm sorry. So, as Jensen is saying, this race is not far from over. 11 to go, but a lot of race laps.
Like, these guys could come into the pits at the same time, and that could really throw a spanner in the works as well, because, like, guys further up the pits could really be put at a disadvantage as well if cars come flying by, come into their pit boxes. That's lost a lot of time for some drivers like Mashiro, SPW. So much.
Duffy's now in DRS range.
Yeah, he's got to be really careful now, and Pepper in the pits, he's making an early call, he almost crashes into the barrier there. Surge has to push for an in-lap here, surely so, Surge will go
looking at Officer Duffy's track here, do you think he's trying to extend their stint to go to a soft at the end?
It's going to be interesting. Surge picks up his first penalty. That's gonna really change up things.
And I'll just say a note there, kudos to Surge. His only first penalty 18 laps in, and it was a really sore point for him probably last week. He probably picked up way more penalties than he would have liked to have. So
yeah, it's a big improvement from Mexico.
Huge.
They've really improved that, and that's probably gonna be paying off massively come to the end of the race, I reckon. Because it looks like he could get this podium finish, but is he going to pit this lap? Is he going to react to Pepper? Is Adam going to react to Pepper as well? They're both fighting the same place here.
So Jensen, is there any interference on my phone? I just had on my headset, I had to plug my charge in, my pad into charge. I just want to ensure there's no interference on the stream.
There's a tiny bit of interference.
Is it bad?
It's not cutting out your voice, but I can hear some.
As long as it's not utterly destroying it, I'm happy enough.
It's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's here. You can hear it, but it's not too bad.
So let's see this battle between Nelly and Duffy, because he's definitely in range now to get a strike on down the back straight.
This could. So they're trying to trigger one of these guys to pit.
Mike pits as well.
Yeah, 10 Apple mediums. He's going onto a set of soft tyres. So he's going to try and extend those tyres, surely.
So a new set of softs for Mike. Try and get a bit punchy at the end of this race.
Is F1 Sophie going to the end on these tyres as well? Because she can jump up into P2.
So here comes Nelly.
Maybe.
DRS wide open. Good straight line speeding off sort of his car, so he's going to be a hard guy to get past. You see that Nelly's DRS wide open and he's not catching massively. The hard tyre will give you the disadvantage of really going for one in the brakes because the tyre just doesn't allow it.
Though.
But I think he might just get a run here. He's overtake wide open. Adam's not going to defend it too much. I think he maybe understands here. Yeah.
I think he's going to try and... I think he's extending his tyres to go on the softs at the end. And that seems to be the best tyre. He's being the most comfortable on the softs. That's how he got the gap at the start. That's how he got his qualifying time.
Yeah, I would agree. He definitely looked more comfortable in this. He looked comfortable at the start of his medium stint, but as the deck started to come into play, his pace just dropped away a little. And as you say, allowed Nelly Surge to close that gap in. But Nelly looks an unorthodox one-stop using the hard compound tyre. He looks to have made that work, so Adam's going to box. So stay on board with Adam because it'll be interesting to see what tyre he does. A little slow. So Pepper picks up another 3-second time penalty, so that's big for Adam because he's in his fight.
Soft tyres. That's the right tyre for Adam. He's going to be on the right comfortable tyre for himself. And I think he's going to be...
Whoa, and I don't know what's going on with pit exits here, but the car stays there and then just takes a 200-metre dash down the pit lane.
He's lost out to Pepper by a large amount.
And Jelly Hayes.
That early pit stop from Jelly he's 2.5 seconds ahead. And
so interesting to see how this plays out. Duffy has a tyre that the guys in front of him are going to struggle.
F1 Sophie make a move on SPW on the younger tyre, and that's P4 now. But is SPW going to come back? He's using absolutely everything with his energy. He's getting closer and closer. He's not going to be able to make the move back again. And block, I think, he must be going for the softs at the end. He wants his fast stuff again. He wants to do the exact same as he's been doing the last 7 races. And I think Serge should be coming to the pits this lap.
So let's see. Starts.
He's staying out.
So Adam is about net P4. Net maybe even P5 as it stands. But Sophie maybe pushes for the... Sophie and Surge maybe just try and one-stop this.
That would be a big... Oh, it's possible.
Oh, and Surge is really struggling in the tyres there. He gets way out of shape at turn 3 and has to get out the steering and go over the bumpy stuff, so...
He's got to be very, very careful on the tyres. He can't push these too hard.
So SPW Special Energy Enduro Boost all box. Mad G boxes as well.
He just has to defend the position really. The only threat to the podium for Serge, if he goes for the one-stop, is Jelly. Or Adam as well. Other than that,
so I'm intrigued to know exactly why Adam's strategy seems to have unravelled here.
It depends. You'll see them catch up to the medium guys, I think.
But the unfortunate thing is though, Jensen, he's just not catching Jelly. He isn't catching him. The gap is not coming down. And if he doesn't catch Jelly's onto the end on Pepper. Yep, I'm on board.
And that will help Jelly a lot. He's up into P5. He's 10 seconds away from the podium. But he's got to be careful on track limits.
So our top 4. Oh, Surge is in the pits, so he's had enough of that tyre.
And surely it being soft tyre. He's pitted late
now
enough
up
so
to
he can
P3.
push these tyres.
And I think these guys on the mediums here trying to go to the end, and I don't think Glock's going to box. I think Glock's just happy to go to the end. So interesting stuff going on. Position changes. So Duffy's actually lost out a couple of positions. Guys have made their strategies work behind. Jelly Hayes up 10, driving a very, very good race. Sophie up 7. So 6 to go. These 6 laps for the likes of Sophie, and I think in a couple of laps time Jelly's going to start to really feel it as well. It's going to become a struggle for the guys on their tyres. Deg has to be a factor. Sophie's running about 1.6 seconds off her best lap on the medium tyre, so Deg is definitely well in play. Yeah, Noxious, we are talking about F2 races, so I will definitely keep you in mind for that. No worries, Lee. Be good to see you back on circuit for sure, man. I guess you can dig Adam some now as well. So Adam is starting to... He's pushing. Adam is now pushing. He is on the back of Pepper and catching Jelly. And this is, it's like you were saying earlier. It's like, well, probably what you were saying earlier, Jensen. Adam really came into his own as the soft tyres started to dig hard. He really showed that...
He's found the grip now. He's closed the gap to Jelly. It was 2.6, it's now 2 between him and Jelly. So, consider that. He could be on for a podium. Even still.
We need to find 13 seconds. But P4 is definitely there.
The podium is 2.5 seconds away from Jelly, 5 seconds away from Adam.
But I think Sophie takes that podium spot because I don't think she's going to stop.
Here comes Adam up the inside. He's not going to make the move done. He's going to have to wait another lap.
And look at Mike now. Jensen, while we've been quiet, look at Mike. On the back of Adam. And this has been a dogfight for some drivers.
I mean,
Jensen.
look at this though. Yeah, this train is allowing Surge to catch up a bit.
Oh, and there's SPW7 and Mishiro is going to keep it in check. Oh
no, they've collided! Oh no! They've really gone. Oh my god, this is just... Between these two drivers, I bet they're just angry at each other here. They're angry.
And here comes Elfso Duffy getting the job done now. He is now through in Pepper and up to P5. Oh, and Pepper nearly tags him in the rear, and Pepper will need to be careful because Mike is right there on his outside as well. He's going to close that door off. DRS open. Mike has no airs though, so he's going to struggle.
Yeah, look at this. SPW and Mashiro again down the straight. Who's going to be ahead? They're side by side again.
SPW goes for the big cutback. He's going to get a good drive here. And you know, honestly, I think the guys are maybe having some wheel bangs in that, but this looks like a fight they're definitely enjoying. Mashiro and SPW have been scrapping all race, and that's exactly what Mashiro done to SPW earlier, so a bit of how do you like the map? Is it Mashiro's going to have to give the position up? He does not want to pick up a penalty.
Oh, that was not nice by SPW there. I've got to admit, that was a bit naughty from him, and Bashiro, he's not happy with that. Bashiro let him back through, and SPW just slammed right in.
Yeah, I think he holds fastest lap anyway, Noxious, so I don't think he's bothered really to box. And look, Jensen, 3 laps to go. Officer Duffy's podium is right there.
Oh my god.
So he is starting to make this strategy work, but he's got to be cautious of Propel behind.
Jelly,
is he going to send one on Sophie? Sophie's going to stick her car in. The trickiest play in that was... Yeah.
Jelly's got to be careful.
I think he's picked up he's picked up damage there from Sophie.
No, Jelly has to be really careful because both him and...
Oh, I think he's saying sorry.
Penalty and 2 warnings.
Oh, Jelly sends a big one down the inside. Sophie's going to try and defend it. They're going side by side, but here comes Officer Duffy. He's going to get the both of them, and that's a clean through.
Wow!
Officer Duffy gets himself back in the P3.
Brilliant.
Oh, fuck. Pepper's lost it. He's been fishtailed off the circuit. So Duffy now has a fresher tyre over Jelly as Glock pits, so he is going to go for that fastest lap.
Mike going alongside with F1 Sophie, and he's
just
been tagged.
Good catch.
Look at Surge. Surge has got right into this battle. He picked up another penalty in the previous lap, but he's right on this now. There's the podium right there. This is...
So Officer Duffy is in a good ERS advantage to Jelly. He's got to charge it up and just deploy like a madman on these DRS straights and make himself as hard as possible to catch. I think he's got the pace through the twisty stuff to maintain the gap.
He's got a lap younger.
Oh, and I think he's just broke DRS. He's just broke DRS at the critical time. That DRS break has maybe just gave Adam the podium.
Yeah, and look at this. Mike and Surge, this is really close to Mike at the moment. I think Surge is going to just take that position. And there you go. Is Mike going to let him go over? I think he's going to be going for a move back again. There is Surge on the back of F1 Sophie and it's P5. They're all battling out here for this. And tell you what, Glock's on new tyres. So.
Yeah, he boxed. He's gone for that fastest lap.
Yeah.
A really fastest lap.
36.2 on those medium tyres he's been running on for such a long time now.
Oh, it's Surge and Sophie, wheel banging. Mike's going to go through, and Sophie now, that's a position gained.
Surge gets through both of them. Surge gets up into P5 from that. That's big for him. Nelly gets a penalty. Will that affect him though?
So that is a point. Is that his second or third?
Nah, that's his first that's his first penalty. Nelly, so he should be fine, I'd say.
So I think Officer Duffy only has one. So his P3 is safe because I think Jelly, he's just picked up another. So there's going to be big changes coming at the end of the race again. Not as big as we seen last week, but there will be changes.
Surge could take the P4 here. Get past Jelly, that's P4 for him. And he's got damage as well, Surge. He's got end plate damage. Not very easy for him to catch up. Mike, he's right there as well.
So Glock in sector 3 for the penultimate time. As he comes round to start his fastest lap, and I think he's going to take another fastest lap here.
Yeah, he's absolutely used everything from that, and a 34.2.
Which is an astronomical race lap, 2 seconds faster than he done only 12 laps ago. So Surge and Jelly absolutely on it for what is, they've got one more DRS opportunity to get it, or 2 more DRS opportunities to get it done. Officer Duffy is now commanding that his P3 is safe, no mistakes. He just needs to drive comfortably to the end.
And look at Mikey's banging the back of Surge there. Jelly's really keeping these guys back. This will really be a big moment here in this final lap. Jelly can lose 2 positions. How is he going to defend these positions here?
So,
big.
Mike is gaining. He does have a 15% ERS advantage to Surge and Mike, so he maybe has a little bit of give. This Gingerbush picks up another 3-second time penalty. So here they go, down the back straight. We'll go on board with Surge. We'll see if he can gain in. I don't think Jelly's too far down the road. So Glock in the final sector to take 8 wins on the bounce. And when will this man be stopped? The penultimate corner, he comes through up to the last corner. And it's a win in round 10 for Glock at the Abu Dhabi GP. Nelly is going to confirm a very, very good and carefully taken and an unusual one stop. Seeing the hard tyres being in play for a P2 is very unusual here. So I think...
And Mike's got past Jelly as well.
Very good race for Nelly as he comes round the penultimate corner. Oh, and I think somebody had a moment. There's a Racing Point had a moment.
Oh, it's SPW.
SPW spinning.
Nelly P2 and offers Doofy to get P3.
Wait, one of his drives of the season. P3, his first podium. Surgery brings home a P4, 5 positions gained. Good drive for Mike. Oh, and Mike drops down to P6. F1 Sophie goes to P4. So good gains there for Sophie. That keeps her P2 hopes alive in the championship. Pepper gets up to P7. Mike P8. Special Energy 9. Mataman will bring home P10. Gingerbush P11. Mad G12. Not... Oh, and Mike had problems with his wheel. Good effort though, Mike. That was a dogfight. There was some epic scraps in that race. Epic.
And Mishiro, he's doing some donuts.
Oh, and I've started to see now, if you go, you can actually... Oh no.
Mishiro doing some donuts there. Off the track. Not the end of the season yet, Mishiro. You will definitely come back from that. I reckon it's a bit of an unfortunate race for Mishiro there. It's hard racing from everyone, but
Maggie, I think you have answers, definitely. I think you had answers there today. I think just a couple of unfortunate circumstances. There's no way you don't have an answer to the pace, but qualify P5 or 6. So let's get Mr. Doofy and Envinelli in for a chitty chat. This is a very, very, very good race. So there is Mr. Doofy. I did say to Doofy or Mike, I expect to speak to one of you after the race. And lo and behold, here they come. One sec.
which is quite irregular, but
so who joined us first? Who joins
Nelly
us?
has joined.
Nelly!
Hello.
It's becoming
How
a
are you
regular chat on a Monday evening between us.
Ooh, I'm gonna dance with somebody.
Right.
I'll
Well,
finish on the
aye, we're still,
podium, baby.
aye.
Ah,
I had to sing. I had to do it.
So Nelly, an unorthodox and unusual, but the hard tyre worked well.
yeah, did you like my strategy?
It was
I planned it about 2 days ago. Oh,
Definitely
I had it,
different.
It was fun.
um,
It was yeah. What a good one it was though.
yeah. You got to be happy. Good positions gained. And once you were kind of in that second half of the race, you were in a world of your own.
Yeah, I didn't see after Adam and Sledge pitted, I did not see anyone for the rest of the race, and I knew, even though they were on the soft tyres, they were pissed off behind me. So I I've never driven so slowly in my life. I was just trying to make the tyres last as long as possible. But yeah, it was just fun. It's just nice to have alone time now and again, isn't it? So...
Yes. Yes, I would agree. So, congratulations on your P2, Nelly. A very good driving. Definitely keeps your fight in the championship very alive. So,
I think I'm up into second now, so that's good.
So, I wanted to cut you off because I wanted you to have this moment all to yourself, Mr. Doofy.
Yeah.
A very well driven race. That lap in qualifying, I think, stunned many.
That lap could have been better.
I know.
Yeah, there was little mistakes in that lap. I was surprised I did what I did.
But it wasn't as easy. It wasn't as easy as it looked early in the race for you. That second stint just looked as if the strategy was about to get away for you. But as Jensen pointed out, you were your strongest early in the race. When everybody started to struggle with Deg early doors in the soft, that's when you really started to put the damage in your lap times, and it seemed to work out the same way. You were not quite there, and as everybody got beyond that 6-lap mark in the soft and the last stint, your pace really upped, and you became very hard to catch.
I was managing ERS a lot, because to keep in front of Nelly through my second stint was difficult enough, to then have a wobble which brought Nelly right on me. So I pitted the lap early on my softs, to be fair. But I found every time I came out the DRS to that chicane, I was gaining 2-3 tenths on Nelly, so pulling away again. It was just managing
I was rubbish at that chicane.
I normally am. But after I had the wobble, he was there, so he got past me, and I was like, right, it's time to pit. And then there was a bit of traffic, but that was fun.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. The last stint was a bit of a ding-dong. There was scraps going on literally everywhere in the circuit.
Yeah, Jelly and Sophie, I took an opportunity with that one. I see a
and rightly so.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to Frey Pepper. I don't know if he got contact, but I'm sure I see him going off. But after that, he was just trying to get away from Jelly with no ERS.
10-inch jellies we're calling on this evening.
10-inch jelly. To be fair, I was surprised to see him where he was near the end of the race.
He went onto the softs quite early as well, so he really stretched them out. Mike too. They both really hang the softs on they must have been on their dying legs at the end of that race.
Mine felt like they were going on that last lap. When I knew I had the gap, I sort of took it a bit easier. But I felt confident coming into this race after my TT lap earlier. So
Serge says you're his hero. I think you should know that.
He's me beautiful as well.
Oh, that's nice.
I mean, but I've got to have a word with Nelly. I'm sure I told him the admin decision, no overtaking me in the race.
I knew this was coming at some point.
I knew you were going to hit that lap.
Oh, tactics.
I mean, we're going to take this to the steward, pal. But
yeah, we are. I'll see you at the room.
No, it was a good race, to be fair. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was kept on my toes.
I think
was a bit frantic.
There was 2 drivers in that race that had quiet races, and that was Glock and Nelly. Otherwise, every other driver had some form of scrap with 2 or more people.
I mean, Glock's just on a different planet, isn't he?
Yes.
I mean, I was quite happy, actually. First, in 6 laps in, he was only 8 seconds in front of me. I took that as a win.
Yeah. Yeah, what was I going to say? Sorry, a message popped up on the screen that just absolutely killed my train of thought there.
It's not hard to do that.
No, definitely not. I was going to ask Nelly a question. So, Nelly, you said that you were kind of heart setting that strategy for a couple of days. Was there at any point that you think that it wasn't the strat to use? Or was it, I am using this strat regardless?
Well, the thing is, when you do your practice races, I never use formation lap. Formation lap adds another lap to your tyre wear, so I was worried. But it's one of those tracks like France where the one stop is so much quicker because of just the pit lane's not that long, and the pit lane's not that long, but you just gain so much time. You just gain so much time for not pitting again. So as long as you nurse your tyres, it's fine. I think I prefer the one stop at most tracks. So I was really willing to do it. Yeah, definitely thought it was the best strategy.
And do you feel like this man on the other side, for his first time in the chat, you think this is a sign of things to come?
Yes, it was. Yes, it will be, and I hope. I want Serge to be up here at some point as well.
Maybe I should do some more practice, not just on a Monday then.
No, yeah.
Serge as well. He finished very strong, and he done like 7 or 8 laps in the end of that race with damage.
Did he?
So he nursed the car very well.
Because while I was on my own for the last 7 laps, I was just watching everything going on in the mini map, and the 4 or 5 people behind me were all really close. But if you had damage,
us pros do that during the race.
Well, I look at the TV monitors while I drive fast as well.
So Jensen, do you have any questions for our 2 podium gents? On Glock, congratulations, I'll say that. Just fling that out there.
Well, Chris, as of always, not really, but huge congratulations to you guys. Of course, Adam, first podium in OTL with excellent drive. And yeah, I wasn't expecting, after the first trains, like the first round of stops, I wasn't expecting anyone to go for the 1 stop, but you definitely pulled that one out of the bag, Nelly.
Thank you.
So, well done, P2.
So, on that note, I guess we have a call to make on Driver of the Day.
Hang on, can I quickly say something?
You certainly can.
I just want to point out that every race I am doing from the 15th of October is for my main man, Little Kyle, who sadly passed away. So
cool.
That is who I race for every week.
Well, we did actually, if you watch back in the stream, I did actually fling something out there. I recognised that you were still running that helmet.
Yes, I will see them.
I remember to fling in a little comment about the matter.
Well, there you go. Well done, then I'll shut up now.
See? Oh. I remember sometimes.
Yeah, fair play. Good man.
Okay.
So, Jensen, driver of the day. For me, one driver stands out through qualifying and the race.
It's either Adam or Serge.
Yes.
Adam off the sheer pace and just how he managed to make that final stint work out as well. And of course, Serge, he had great pace the final stint and massive improvement from Mexico on the penalties, only 2. And
yes.
In the end, finished P5, so it's a hard one to decide really. But I'll give this one to Serge. It was just sheer determination in that race, really, from him. From P9 in the grid, and yeah, that final stint, it was down P8, I think, and he just managed to come back.
I'm just disappointed in Jensen, really. I mean, what have I got to do? Win a bloody race against Glock? God.
I mean, that is definitely worthy of a driver of the day performance.
Excuse my language.
Yeah.
I love you really, Benson, but I mean, what have I got to do? God.
So what he says is he loves you, but next week he wants driver of the day.
No matter what, I don't care if I crash.
It was very close between you guys.
No,
yeah,
to be fair, my race was semi-quiet. It was controlled. First stint was controlled, second stint was controlled, third stint was bedlam, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
So, no, Serge done very well. So did Nelly, and Glock just done what Glock does.
Yes, on National Glock Day, for F1 fans that will understand that.
Glock will never get driver of the day, because he's just, that just makes the championship unfair. I
mean, look, you lot have all got to think about it. Glock used to be in F1, he handed Hamilton the title in 2007, so...
I mean, 2008.
I think this is the real Glock. I think we've actually got a Glock from F1 in it. It's ain't gas.
He's yeah, he goes under the name, he just hides under the name of Ryan McLaughlin.
Yes. We changed that now.
He's saying disgusting. What do you mean disgusting, Glock? We are on to you. So on that note, we have been. Glock says shh before we go. So we will on Glock's word, we will shh and be back same time next week, guys. We hope to catch you then for another Barnstormer at OTL, and HOR will be on the channel on Friday. Take care, and Saturday.